We didn't plan this. We just kept having the kind of conversations that made other women say, why aren't you guys recording this?
So now here we are. Welcome to Closet Chaos and Chair Confessions, where the clothes are cute, the hair's half done, and the truth? Well, it's usually somewhere between emotional breakdowns and outfit changes.
Isn't that the truth? We're talking fashion, hair, business, burnout, and all the stuff that nobody else wants to say out loud.
For sure. It's like therapy, but with better outfits, more cussing, a lot of Midwest charm, and wine. So let's get into it.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Closet Chaos and Chair Confessions. I'm Desiree, and I've got Heidi with me.
Heidi here, her, lovely co-pilot.
We have had a wild couple of months here this summer. Like, it's just gone so fast.
I feel like summer kind of does that. You have all these plans and all the time in the world, and then before you know it, people are talking about back to school, and
here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
I mean, and we've got kids coming in for haircuts, back to school. We're swamped in the salon nonstop. Like, we've got all like the fall vibes starting. I can even feel like the crispness in the air at night and in the mornings. I mean, it's warm and humid during this, like, the day, but
right.
Do you like fall?
I do. I love it. I love both, honestly. I like different things about them, but the fall kind of is my favorite.
Yeah.
I would say.
I think that that's the general consensus I've been hearing in the salon too, is that everybody, they love summer, but they love fall. They just don't like winter.
Well,
and I'm with them.
I'm with them. Yes.
But I do enjoy having the 4 seasons.
I do too. I think, my husband and I have talked about moving when we retire eventually, and I keep trying to put myself in the not having the 4 seasons category, because we definitely will move somewhere that does not have the 4 seasons. Yeah. And that's all I've known all my life. So, yeah.
Well, that's all I've known too, but I'm ready to transition to somewhere down south where we still experience the 4 seasons, but not quite as intense.
Right.
So,
same.
So as you can tell here, folks, we're talking fall feels, fall vibes. We're here today to talk to you about, we're going to break down fall hair woes, what to refresh in your closet, what to ditch, and what tricks we can give you as far as like stylists in the salon and in the boutique for fashion for fall. Mm-hmm. So that's what we're going to do today. We've kind of introduced ourselves in the previous podcasts, given you a little taste of who we are and where we kind of came from and why we started the podcast. Now we're actually going to get into like the real content of the podcast. And what you can expect going forward is, advice and talking about fashion and hair. And then we're also going to start having guests on in the coming podcasts, which I'm really excited about. I know I've got some people lined up. I know Heidi's been talking to some people too. So we've got some really cool women that are going to be sharing their life, their experiences, and everything with us. And I can't wait for all of that.
Right. Same. Yeah. I am in the same boat. I can't wait. We've got some great friends and clients who have become friends over the years, and just some great women in our lives in general that I think will bring a lot to the table.
I agree. Yeah. We've got some really cool people in our lives. So, okay, the topic, like I said today, is we're getting into the nitty-gritty of hair, wardrobe for fall, and all the chaos that goes along with that. But we're going to keep you put together, friends.
That's are.
What we're here.
We are. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
So the first thing that I always talk about in the salon with my guests in the fall is 2 things. One, there's going to be a lot more shedding going on as the season transition. We always have seasonal shedding, and that happens at every season change. And I've already had some people coming in and talking to me about that. I'm already experiencing that myself. And then the other big thing that I always talk about in the salon too in the fall and going into winter, especially with the Midwest, is hydration. Hydration. But you want hydration, especially for those girlies like myself and even like you that have finer hair. We want hydration, but we don't want it to weigh it down. So I've got some products that I like personally. I'm sure Heidi has her own that she'll talk about too. But what things do you really like focus on either in the salon or like in your wardrobe for fall?
Yeah, for my hair, you're spot on with the hydration. Even having fine hair and oilier hair, I found sometimes it's because it's not hydrated enough, which sounds really funny. And it took me a long time to figure that out.
Yes.
But my sister-in-law actually just reached out the other day and asked, she's kind of getting a buildup in oily hair and, changing up your shampoo and conditioner, especially coming into the fall and winter time.
Yes.
Don't get stuck. I think your hair kind of gets used to what you're using. So I have 2 or 3 that I go back and forth between. And I tell my clients that all the time. You can't get stuck on one shampoo and conditioner, especially when the seasons are changing.
Yeah.
You have got to change up your hair products just like you change up your outfits for the seasons.
And your skincare too.
Yes.
Both of us. I mean, we're not dabbling into that. I mean, we're going to be outside of our scope. We'll have somebody come on to talk
we'll bring
about
a friend in for
Yes.
that, or a couple of them, yeah.
But both of us really spend a lot of time on our skin because it's so important. And you got to think about your scalp as being just as important as your skin. So if you're changing up your skincare routine because your skin is dry or too oily in the fall or winter, you should be doing that for your scalp as well. That is a really good point. And you're spot on with that. Oil, sometimes your hair is not getting enough hydration, which is why it's producing extra sebum because your scalp is confused on what it needs.
Yep.
So that is a great point.
And I learned the hard way, even being a stylist, sometimes you kind of get stuck and you can't think of why. And so our youngest son has always kind of had oily hair like me, but also dandruff. And I'm like, what do I do for him? We tried many, many things. And finally I tried a hydrating because I don't know whether talking to you or somebody just in conversation had mentioned maybe he needed hydration. And boy, once I got him a good hydrating shampoo and conditioner, that kid has not had any problems. So you've really got to listen to your scalp and
what it's saying to you.
Especially with the seasons.
And don't be afraid to reach out to your stylist about it because we can help you and we can take a look at it when you come in for your hair appointment too. Because sometimes people mistake the dandruff as being dry and flaky dandruff when really it's actually not dry and flaky. It could be actually product buildup or it could be oil. And so it could be something much different than dry scalp dandruff. And a lot of people get embarrassed about that, but it's nothing to be embarrassed about. People go through it. It's just your body trying to tell you something. And we just need to figure out the solution, like you said.
Just need a reset sometimes. Right now, my face, we were talking about, even you've got to listen to your face and your skincare. I haven't broke out in a really long time. And all of a sudden I'm kind of breaking out. And I think it's just, I need to change up my products. And just sometimes you need a reset. And, going into fall, we need a reset with our wardrobes and, just everything. If you think about it, just everything from head to toe kind of needs a reset seasons.
Amen, sister. Amen.
Yeah.
So as we're kind of going into fall, I would say styling wise, people have been asking me, what's everybody doing for colors and stuff? And I struggle with that question. I don't know how you feel about this. I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit, but I don't know how you feel about it, but I have a hard time with it, especially now that I've had my colors done, because I don't know if you should necessarily do what's trending for I think you should always do what's going to look good on you. And so one of the things that I've really been focusing on in the salon is what colors actually are going to highlight your features, your eye color, your skin tone, because that's what's always in. It doesn't matter. Now, if you're wanting to do something drastic and fun, great. I would say for fall, you want to go darker. Generally speaking, maybe do like a rootier look, like a lived-in color, so you don't have to come in as much in the winter because everybody knows that we overspend for Christmas. It's inevitable. It just happens. So maybe spacing out your appointments will help you save for Christmas and after the new year. So that's a thought. Even putting in like red or like coppery warm colors. But again, if those don't look good on you, I don't think you should be doing it. Anyways, what do you think about it?
No, I feel the same way, especially now having my colors done. And I've always kind of felt that way, that if you don't feel good in something, you're not going to wear it, you're not going to. So you've got to feel good in the color. So I struggle with it because getting your colors done is a great thing. I have loved it. I think most people do. But that being said, you're also not pigeonholed into just those colors.
Yeah.
Because I love me a hot pink, bright pink, whatever it is. And that's not one of my colors.
Correct.
But occasionally you can get away with it. It makes me feel so good. I'm always so happy when I'm wearing that. So that's a hard one. I don't love, the trending colors of the seasons or, whatever. But that being said, I feel like it also gives people a little bit of a guide.
I agree with that.
So, to those that aren't necessarily, the trend game or don't love following trend as, I think it gives them a little bit of a, place to start.
Yeah, a guideline maybe. Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. And again, going back to ask your stylist what she or he thinks would be best on you for the fall, or just even simply say when you go into the appointment, I'm looking for a change. I'm not really sure what I'm looking for, but here are some photos that I've been pulling up so that you two can work together and find a common theme that works best for you. Right. Having that input between the stylist and the client is so important. That's why consultations are so important. And we can go into that on a different podcast all on its own.
Yes.
But I have truly messed up on people's hair just because I did not a good consultation and we had a miscommunication. So it's so important that you tell your stylist what you're thinking and not be afraid, because being honest.
Absolutely. It's your hair. If they're going down a path you don't think you want to go with your hair, then
be honest.
Just say, hey, I think that's a little too dark or too many highlights or, whatever. Yes. Just be open, and it's your hair. Absolutely. I mean, you're paying us, so it should be a very good consultation to figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. And a little secret, folks, for those of you who don't know, most stylists are people pleasers. And so the last thing we want is for you to come back and tell us you don't like your hair. So we want you to like it before you leave. So if that means you telling us before you leave the salon that day, this isn't what we talked about, or this isn't what I thought, we need to address that right away. And that happens in the consultation. Truly. It shouldn't happen after the fact. It should happen in the consultation. So that's why it's so important. That's why I preach and preach and preach on my Instagram and my social media, that it's so important to bring in photos, and it's so important to be honest and talk about what you want and ask questions and don't be afraid. And so that's so important.
Pictures.
Yes. It gives me a good idea.
To a point. I like pictures because it gives me an idea of what you're wanting. Depending on your hair, I may say it's not going to look exactly like this because your hair texture is different, or your, whatever. Just know that's why we do consultations, the back and forth, and there are going to be things that we might say no to, but you've got to be willing to be open with us and tell us what you want. And sometimes it's hard. You might not know what you want. But once again, that's why the consultation, so that we can get to that end game and we're both on the same page.
Right. And being realistic too is important, like Heidi said. And it's know that when we say no, that it's not because we don't want to do it. It's because it's in the best interest of your hair or what the actual outcome is going to be. But again, we'll get into that in another podcast because that's a whole other podcast all on its own. And I already opened up a soapbox. We got off topic already. So closet confession moment. Do you have a funny fall hair fail story, or do you want me to share mine first? Because I know we were having a hard time, kind of coming up with this. At first.
I'm sure there is one, but just off the top of my head.
One of the fails that I had, and it only happened once because I'll never do it again. And those of you who have had this similar fail will totally be like, yes, preach, baby. I went full brunette once, only once. And those of you who know me know that I'm a blonde. I've been a blonde since I was born. My hair naturally is a little darker now, obviously, as I've gotten older, but I look better blonde. And I went dark one time because I thought my sister Peyton, who's 5 years younger than me, who has gorgeous, thick, long hair, or at the time she did. Beautiful. And I was coloring it this really dark brown with like a reddish violet tint. And so you couldn't see it, that reddish violet tint, until the sun hit it, but it was just gorgeous. And she has like mermaid hair. And I'm like, Peyton looks so good with dark brown chocolate with a red tint to it. I'm going to do that too because I'm her sister and we look similar. That should look good on me. Now, mind you, I was in my early 20s. I hadn't had my color analysis done yet, folks. Bad decision. I told Heidi earlier I look like shit. And she goes, I doubt you look like shit.
I doubt that. Yes, it probably didn't look the best on you. I get that, but you did not look like shit, I'm sure. We're going to have to find a picture because I really don't believe that you went that dark.
I did.
I can't even picture. All I've ever known you as is a blonde.
I know. So it was a shock to my system. So those girls that have gone blonde to dark, I know that shock feeling. I felt it in my core that day. And then I couldn't go back because I knew better than to go back that day. Yeah. So it was a slow process going back blonde, but I'll never do it again. Mm-hmm. Never.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. And I've gone quite blonde before, and I'm the same. I hate it. I can't stand it on me. Yeah. I'm just like, what have I done? Yeah. Don't ever put blonde in my hair again. So I'm the total opposite.
That's how Peyton is too, because Peyton's put blonde in her hair thinking she would look like me. And she always hates it too.
So funny because my older sister is.
And she looks good blonde.
And we look almost exactly the same. And she looks great blonde.
How does that happen?
I don't know. She's tried to go darker before, and every time she's like, nope, we gotta go back.
So sometimes, friends, you just need a hug. You don't need to change.
Right. Yes. Or change up the haircut.
Yes.
Something, you can do a lot to change it up, as far as the haircut is and all of that. And there are some good fall haircuts too. I love layers.
Yes.
Love layers.
I just did a beautiful cut on a high school student right before we did this podcast.
Yes.
She wanted a deep V. And everybody's been doing straight across lately with no layers, no shape. It's boring as hell. Fine if that's what you want. It looks great on most people. But it's basic and boring. And this girl, she wanted to jazz it up, but still didn't want to lose her look. So we did a nice deep V with beautiful, like bouncy, like these layers. I'm obsessed with it. And I hope that she like rocks it at school when she starts in a week.
And I hope all the other girls see it and they finally come out of there straight across one length, parted down the middle.
Yes.
Because, man, there are some fun hairstyles out there, especially going into the fall. Layers, I think, like kind of almost a mix between the 70s and 80s, kind of 60s, 70s, 80s, kind of the, not really the feathered look, but kind of
those layers. Yeah.
Man, I don't know. If layers is not on trend this fall, it should be.
It totally is. And you know what else is like what makes it look different than the 70s and 80s is the way they're styling it, because they're styling it like the 90s blowout.
Yes.
So it's got this big round brushed, like flowy, like I love it. I'm here for it. So don't be basic.
Go for it if you want to.
You're nice.
Our vote is no.
No, something different. I've always been that way though. Like everybody else in high school was doing whatever. Yeah. I was doing the opposite or something different because I didn't want to be like everybody else.
Same. And if you look at my pictures all throughout, my friends pretty much had the same hairstyle and I was always changing mine. Either the haircut, the color, whatever it was always changing.
That's why we're hairstylists.
Still is.
They had us pegged a long time ago.
Gosh. They sure did.
Okay, I'm going to let you take this. I want you to talk to me about styling a fall wardrobe and like closet pieces, 3 fall must-haves. And it doesn't have to be like what's listed on the
so I was thinking about when I was going through this, I was thinking about that. My closet, we have the same problem. Way too many things in our closets. But one of my most favorite things going into the fall it's not a jean jacket. It's kind of a flannel shirt, but it's more on the jacket side. And I've got about 3 or 4 of them. And those hands down are my go-to every fall. And I love them. I don't know, I think 3 or 4 actually. Anyway, those are
your go-to.
They're just a good trend. I know a lot of people love sweatshirts, and sweatshirts are great, but for me, it just kind of takes it up a notch.
Yes.
Just dresses it up a little bit more. And I love me a cozy sweatshirt, don't get me wrong, but these things, I don't know, they're just a little bit heavier. They're not as light as like just a jean shirt. They're a little bit heavier, but not real heavy. So they're good for layering. I love that. Another one going into the fall are our lace shirts that
I
we
love them
have
too.
here. They're so versatile. I love that you can put them on under a graphic tee. You can put them on under a vest, and you have so many options. And even if you have a sweatshirt on, you can put it on under a sweatshirt and have the neck hanging.
So
showing.
Cute.
Right?
It was so cute. It was styled in here in the boutique last fall, I think, or winter, with the lace underneath it. And it was awesome. I loved that look. I really, really did.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I love me a good hat or stocking cap. I don't know what it is, but I feel like you kind of need that going into the fall. Just a really good hat or stocking cap. Those are just, and shoes, of course. I build a lot of my outfits, no matter what season it is, around my shoes. I was just thinking about that. Sometimes I'll lay awake
at night
and think of what I'm wearing the next day. Almost always start.
I love that.
Isn't that weird?
No, it's not weird, because I do something similar, but I don't do it with the shoes. I do it with a pair of pants or a shirt.
Okay.
So I start with one item. Usually it's a top, typically. And then I go build off of that. Yeah. So I'm doing the same concept. It's just not shoes. Order. Right. That's so funny. Oh my gosh. I learn more and more about you, Heidi. And I've known Heidi for like 14 years, you guys. So I learn more about her every day. This is what relationships are all about. I love it.
It is. It is.
So basically, okay, I don't want to spend too much time me rambling on about this, because I feel like you tackled it. But I concur with the hat situation. You all know I love a hat, especially when I don't want to wash my own hair. And that's often. But in the fall, really, it works great because you can wear a cute fedora, you can wear a wool fedora and jazz up an outfit, even if it's like sweatpants and some booties or joggers and booties and a basic shirt, and then like put a fedora on it. Maybe a necklace, and you've got a whole nother look. Instead of putting it with a pair of tennis shoes, you've got an actual elevated outfit, like what you were talking about with the jackets that you are wearing. So I love
the hats for, the fall time. You don't have to just wear a baseball cap. You can wear the fedoras or the wide brimmed hats, or I've kind of gotten into cowboy hats. And so,
me too.
Yeah, I love those. So you can really just dress up an outfit with a fun hat.
You really can. And that can actually extend your hair wash days too. Those of us who do that. So for the ladies that get a lot of static in the fall, 1, you need to hydrate your hair. But 2, use a little bit of oil, and then those hats will help with that static too. So just like if you just constantly have static all day, just put a hat on, because that's going to like camouflage all the static so your hair is not all willy-nilly. So just
and you don't need to put it over the whole thing, just your ends. Yeah. Because a lot of time, you're not going to see the top anyway when you put a hat on. So I'll just put my hat on and I'll run my oil through my ends, and that will take care of it, the static. And then you don't have to worry about getting the top of your head even more oily. And
yeah, I love it.
I love it too.
So, moral of the story, people, is invest in at least 3 to 5 things in your closet for fall that are your main pieces that make you feel like main character energy. Like, these are like my go-to fall pieces, and then that you can kind of build your outfit around those main
multiple outfits.
Yes, multiple outfits.
Just that handful of things, basics.
And if you have questions about styling, let us know, because we are really going to gear into, as this transition happens with the new boutique setup and my salon setup, into those one-on-one styling services. So if you have a question and you don't know, or what basic pieces you should have based on your type of style, reach out to us and we'll help you.
Another good thing, you could snap a picture of your closet or a video or some of your favorite pieces that you have, and we can give you tips on how to style what you already have. And then, you know, if we have a couple pieces, 1 or 2 pieces from here that we think would look great with it, we'll throw those in and just say, hey, FYI, we have this here that I think would look great. And, you know, just give you another outfit.
Yep.
So,
absolutely.
Yes, please reach out.
And stay tuned, because we're going to have a platform where you can do more of that in the future. We talked about that in one of our podcasts. It's called the Style Squad. We're going to be rolling out these things slowly. We're just now actually getting the boutique transitioned into more of my salon suite space. So bear with us as we go into the fall and winter. Come the first of the year, we're going to have everything up and going. But as to not confuse all of you, we're rolling things out slowly. But please, please, please reach out to us. That we're still here. We still want to help you. It's just that we're rolling everything out slowly. So stay tuned. We're going to have amazing, amazing things. I can't wait to share all of it with you guys. Really, I can't.
Absolutely.
Okay, so basically the moral of the story of this podcast is, if you have good hair and you have good clothes in your closet or outfits that make you feel amazing, it radiates. And you don't need a full head of extensions or you just need a few intentional swaps to kind of make the vibe for your entire season, honestly. And with that, we're going to transition into the ending of our podcast, which is I'm going to ask Heidi some quick fire questions, because this seems to be a hit for a lot of people. They love the honesty and the rawness of this, because we don't practice these questions. It's all like unprepared. So you're going to get the real honest answer as if you were right here sitting with us. So quick fire question number 1, Miss Heidi, favorite fall hair product right now?
Right now, it's got to be the oil. The oil. That's honestly probably year round, but that is my favorite.
I love it too.
Especially for the static going into fall season, the static season.
I love it. That's
my
okay.
Our lace layering shirts.
Love it.
I think that will forever be my favorite.
I totally agree.
Any time of year, honestly.
I totally agree with that. And wasn't that that lace stuff, wasn't that popular in like the 70s and 80s?
I think so.
Yeah. I'd have to go back and look, fact check it, ChatGPT style.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure lace was a big thing in the 70s or 80s. And I love the look of it too. It really elevates it. And I love the suggestion of wearing it under a sweatshirt, under anything, really.
Yeah, really anything. Because it'll just pop out, you know, just the end of the sleeve or the little turtleneck or whatever.
And we're going to always carry those in the store. So that's a great option. Okay. Pumpkin spice or chai for fall?
Chai.
Why chai? I love chai too, but I'm just asking.
Okay, here's where I'm going to lose everybody.
You totally won't lose me.
Everybody else, it's going to be...
Oh, I can't wait for this.
I love fall.
I do too.
Everything but the pumpkin spice shit.
Do you like pumpkin pie?
No. The only pumpkin thing I like are decorations, jack-o'-lanterns, pumpkin bars.
I love them.
Because
and the sweetness of it.
Yeah.
Pumpkin spice we don't like. I love pumpkin pie.
See,
but I don't like pumpkin spice because they put too much spice in it. But the way my mom makes her pumpkin pie, it's with more sugar than spice. Okay. And that's how she gets me. So no, you didn't lose me. I'm on board with you 100%.
I tell people that and they are just appalled and mortified and probably unfriend me. I don't know. I don't care. Try all the way. Sorry for all my pumpkin spice. That is not me.
Love it.
You all for being that, but I just am not.
Okay. Boots or sneakers?
Both.
I love.
Depends on the outfit. I'm such a shoe girl. I told you. I wake at night thinking about. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. Go to fall date night outfit.
Okay, so I know that we've told you guys stay away from leggings. However, I take it up a notch and I love a good legging with a cute little oversized shirt that I tuck in, one of my jackets that I was talking about, and a pair of fun boots, like with a heel or something to dress it up. So
comfortable and stylish.
Yes, but you still look good. And then some jewelry.
Did you hear that, ladies? She's wearing leggings, but she's dressing them up, not wearing them with a sweatshirt and tennis shoes like everybody from Lululemon. Yes. Okay? I just wanted you to make note of that for those in the back.
Don't get us wrong. We love Lululemon like the next person. But I know I feel so much better and so much more confident when I dress
elevated a little bit.
And that's what I do. That's my go-to kind of fall date night is that a jacket, leggings, nice kind of flowy, dressy V-neck shirt, and a fun pair of boots. Yeah.
I love that. All right. Hair confession you've ever heard in the salon chair.
Okay, like something they did to their hair, or like just in general, like because we are counselors and they tell us everything.
I hear the counselors.
I can't. That one I can't. So I shouldn't have said anything. Oh my God.
I've heard some crazy shit.
It's funny how open people are. But as far as hair, it's just cutting it. People it's so funny because they think we don't know.
Oh,
a lot of times I won't say anything because
you don't want to make them feel bad.
No, it is what it is, and it's their hair, so if whatever.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'll get toward the end, and they'll be like, "Is it really chunky back there?" Or "Did you notice this?" Or I said, "Yeah, I kind of wondered what's going on." So unless they bring it up, I won't say anything. But so many people, toward the end, they'll be like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I cut some chunks off," or whatever.
And you were like,
funny. It cracks me up.
It does crack me up because the truth always comes out.
They feel guilty. They do. It's like, it's your hair. If you want to cut it, go for it.
Yeah, if you want bangs that stick straight out, go right ahead and cut those babies. We'll see how much you like those, because growing those babies out isn't fun.
It is not.
I love the videos on YouTube where they do cut them, and they cut them in their faces like,
and
what did you think was going to happen?
Stylists, where they're holding the scissors, you're like, yep, I know what's going to happen. You clearly do not yet. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. Let's end this podcast. I've had fun. Today was a fun day.
It was a good day.
I've drank all my wine. Heidi still got a little bit left, but I told her before we started I didn't have any really good wine. Heidi and I drink better wine than what we offer in the salon currently. And I will have a new, currently is the key word. I will have a wine and like a drink bar in our new space here out in the big space when I transition, which by the way should be by the end of the month of August. Hopefully going to have me completely transition September 1st. But one piece of chaos advice for women juggling it all this season. This is a good one for you because you have kids, you're a wife, you work.
Make it as easy as possible. Don't overthink it. I think when it comes to getting yourself ready and getting yourself out the door when you have so many other things going on, I think we make it harder than what it needs to be. Honestly, love it or hate it, one of my go-to two things kind of go to Pinterest and influencers. That's where I get a lot of my ideas.
Yeah, me too.
And just, I think I find something, I'm like, oh, that's really cute. But then I see what I have in my closet. Make it simple on yourself. Look at these other ladies that you admire and look up to and how they dress. And, you, for example, I love how you dress and how you look, but some of that stuff just doesn't look the same on me. And that's okay. I just need to pivot and see, okay, maybe I wouldn't do a cropped shirt, but I would do something with those because I'm pretty sure we got those same exact pants. So, like, I would just style them. Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yes.
Make it easy on yourself because guess what? You are going to feel so much better. Just like we said, throwing on something to upgrade your outfit. Even if you have leggings on, throw on a fun pair of boots and, a fun jacket just to make yourself feel better. We're doing things for other people constantly, and going into the fall where, you get that seasonal depression kicking in, it's coming. And so you just take it easy on yourself. Don't make it harder than what it needs to be, because you know what? No matter what, you are loved. Just do you, girlfriend.
Love this. And you know what? You survived the quick fire questions.
I did.
I know the last time we did the podcast, our mics went out. But our mics
they're on. We made it.
High five, sister. You survived. That's it for today. Closet chaos and chair confessions. Go hydrate your hair. Grab a cute jacket. And remember, we'll always call out the chaos, but we'll help you look good. while you're living it. We love you. Come see us, message us, ask us questions. We're here. That's what we love to do. And we'll see you next time, guys.